Hello fellow liberty lovers, Stuart Bain here. I just wanted to follow up on some of the responses and the feedback I got from a video I released recently, kind of stating my position in regards to Social Security. Well, first off, I just want to let you know that one of the comments that was made basically was that my camera was no good. My webcam just really wasn't cutting it, and the video quality just wasn't quite there, and that I needed to upgrade. So I drug out an old camera that I had found. Oh, and I got a tripod. So hopefully these future recordings, starting with this one, will be much better. I was also told that the video I recorded on Social Security was unprofessional. Well, and that I could have gotten my point across better without the sarcasm and all the body language and everything. And the person that said that is correct. I was somewhat unprofessional and I used a lot of body language. I actually did that video in pretty much one take off the cuff because, quite honestly, Social Security was a pretty hot button topic for me, especially once I started receiving the statements that said that, well, there wouldn't be any money left in the Social Security fund when I was ready to retire. So yes, I was a little unprofessional about it because, you know what? I'm upset about it, and I actually told someone that, and they actually sent me back a link to this poll. Now granted, here recently, I haven't really put much faith in polls, especially political polls, for obvious reasons, but this Rasmussen poll that was conducted is very interesting, and I'm just going to give you back some of the results of the one that was emailed to me. It says that nearly 2/3 of the people that were polled remain at least somewhat angry at the policies of the federal government. And that includes 40 people who are very angry. Let's see here. Only 30% are not angry at the government, and amongst those, 13% are not angry at all. But it did say that 59% of all the voters continue to feel that neither the Republican nor the Democrat leaders have a good understanding of what is needed today. So when you take a look at that, and you look at the approval ratings of Congress, and you look at the approval ratings of the White House, it's kind of easy to see why there's a lot of, anti-incumbent, shall we say, anti-incumbent sentiment these days. There are people that are ready to literally throw out every elected official and start from scratch. And and this poll kind of backs that up. Now, one of the other interesting emails that was sent to me was a link. Apparently this came out earlier in August and kind of went somewhat unnoticed. But it says that out of the 280 million Social Security numbers that are in this country, that are in use in the United States, that there are more than 20 million people who have more than one Social Security number. And that out of those 20 million, there are actually over 100,000 people in this country that have 5 or more Social Security numbers. Can you imagine what sort of theft and fraud would be capable of that? You know, you can say that my video was a little unprofessional, but you could also say that the video that I made was about Social Security. And according to this, the people that run Social Security are a little unprofessional too. I mean, how could this happen? And it goes on to say that over 27,000 Social Security numbers are associated with 10 or more people. Can you imagine that? Going in, making an application for a store credit card, or maybe you're buying a car or something like that, and you give them your Social Security number, and 10 other people's names pop up on the credit report? What a mess that would be. And what a fertile breeding ground for ID theft and fraud. That just blew me away. In other news, this is just from today apparently, President Obama was the one that actually gave the address that was supposed to be honoring the 75th anniversary of Social Security. But apparently he's anointed a deficit commission that is stacked with people sympathetic to cutting Social Security benefits. So I don't know how he switched gears so fast, but apparently what he said Saturday wasn't quite exactly what he was pushing for today. And there was a bunch of pundits, saying that Social Security is fixable, and that, you know, the emergency crisis of the trust fund is overstated and whatnot, and that even when they run out of money in 30 years or so, it's not going to be that bad. And to a certain extent, you know, they're probably right. I mean, Social Security, sure, you can fix it. You can put the money back in the trust fund. You can invest it, grow interest, whatever, but you still have to put that money back in the trust fund first. And I think that's where we're going to run into the problems. There's just way too much money that's been siphoned out of that, and getting it back in and getting the policymakers to get it back in is going to be tough. Even with me on Capitol Hill, it's going to be an uphill battle because I'm going to be fighting against hundreds and hundreds of people who are hell-bent on maintaining the status quo and just spending on these government programs. So yeah, it's fixable, but realistically, I don't foresee it being fixed the way things are run right now in Washington, D.C. So anyhow, again, I appreciate your feedback and your comments, especially in regards to that Social Security video. That was a lot of fun to make, and yes, there was a lot of sarcasm, and I apologize for that if I offended anyone, but you know what? Most of what I said, I appreciate the comments of those of you that said it was pretty spot on, because that is a hot button topic for me. So yeah, it was really easy for me to go off. But you know what? Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need more people who are not afraid to sit down and look people in the eye, across the aisle, or whatever you want to call it, and tell them, hey, guess what? I'm upset about this. You're doing bad things, and I'm here to stop you. So anyhow, maybe that's what we do need in D.C., and I hope the voters of the 6th District agree. Anyhow, if you have any questions, comments, if you want me to address any certain issue, by all means, please just go to my Facebook page, let me know. I'd be more than happy to talk to anyone about anything at any time. And I appreciate the comments and the feedback thus far. We've had a very favorable response to our videos. Hopefully with this new video camera, we'll be able to get better results when we do the videos. And I look forward to meeting all of you soon. Again, my name is Stuart Bain, Libertarian Party candidate for Virginia's 6th Congressional District in 2010. Look for your vote, looking for your support, need your campaign contributions, but more especially, I need you to spread the word. We're having our first Money Bomb fundraiser on August 20th. That's this Friday. It's only 5 days away. I need you to try and get the word out to as many people as possible. I appreciate your time. Thank you, and Semper Fi.